Live from Gahanna, WGLH TV presents Lincoln Live with Sophia Gustafson and Mia Sammons. Lincoln Live starts now.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Sophia Gustafson.
And I'm Mia Sammons. I'm so excited to be anchoring a show with my best friend in the entire world.
Speaking of which, I like your jacket.
Thanks, it's actually yours.
I know, give it back.
Not right now.
Let's just get to the news.
By now, we all know that the stadium is gone and construction has started for the new high school and stadium.
But how is construction going? Well, it doesn't look like much now, but this view of the track straightway that will be in front of the home stands in the new stadium. Rosilli Construction continues to battle elements to keep the stadium project on schedule, and progress is definitely visible. We talked to Assistant Superintendent Jill Elliott for an update.
Well, as you can see, there's a lot of progress being made. About 80% of the cuts for the track are taken care of. They'll be finishing that up and then moving into putting the curbs in place, and we'll start to see poles for the fencing going up. We also have a lot of work going on for the bleachers. Started first on the visitor side bleachers. Soon the foundation will be in. We'll start to see those being raised before moving to the home side. So lots of progress. And we're really excited about being ready to open it in the fall of 23.
Thanks, Mrs. Elliott. What happens to the one-room schoolhouse has been a big concern since the plans for the new high school and stadium were announced. The district decided to keep the schoolhouse, but it had to be moved, and that happened yesterday afternoon. The new location is going to be right next to the new stadium's concession stand and bathrooms. We headed over to the construction site to ask one-room schoolhouse historian Sharon Kermeen about the move.
It took them a while to get it up, even up on the stilts. They started moving it down, and it was slow moving, but they have to dig out another spot that wasn't quite to their liking, getting it down into where they want to put it. And then they told me that it would take another week or so to get it kind of settled. The weather's kind of cold, so they're not sure how much they can do. I imagine it'll still be spring before they actually get it set.
Thanks. Dende is back. If you'd like to get involved at the high school, Dende is one of the best ways to tour possible clubs and find out what you might like. Dende will be in the main gym and will take place during all lunch periods, featuring the majority of clubs currently here at Gahanna. We talked to Student Council President Blake Briel for more information.
Tomorrow during lunch period, Student Council is hosting Den Day in the gym. During Den Day, all of the clubs, organizations, and specific classes you can take at the high school will be there, so that way students can see what's open to them. I encourage everybody should come and see where you can find your family here at the high school, because at heart we are one pride, one family, but everybody should find where they belong here, whether it's a sport, music, or even just some club that you're really passionate about. It'll be very beneficial to come and try out anything that you can find.
Thanks, Blake. Sophia, we have a special guest joining us today.
Yes, we sure do. It's Lincoln Live's very own Little Wesley Triplet.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Wesley. I mean, Caleb. Wow, what do you have for us today?
Well, I don't have Wesley with me, but I do have some important information. Students have wondered this year why we have weekly homeroom and why the administration and guidance departments have been realigned. Well, the changes began after our administrators got the results of this 65-question panorama survey that students took in May. The survey provided valuable data about how students feel emotionally every day. The lowest score on the survey was for students' sense of belonging, which has been the lowest score on the survey for the past 3 years. This time, only 34% of students responded favorably to the question regarding their sense of belonging. That's just over 1 in 3. The next lowest score is self-efficacy. That's a student's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors necessary to be successful. Only 47% had favorable responses to the question about self-efficacy, so basically, students put out a cry for help, and our administration was listening.
So as a result, we implemented homerooms where students are placed in a homeroom for the duration of their high school career with the same teacher in order to build community. Currently, it's based on grade level and alphabet, and where they fall in the alphabet and their grade level. But we've seen great success with making our large building feel a little bit smaller for some students.
So, are the changes actually making a positive impact on our school's climate and sense of belonging? We won't know officially until the next panorama survey is taken, but there is one area that has drastically improved. When comparing data from first semester this year to first semester last year, here's what you find. Student behavior reports are down for every single grade, and overall, negative student behavior is down by 28%, and the work continues.
All in all, our real goal is that we just have a broader, more positive, productive culture in the building. So it's not just kind of what we're doing wrong, it's also celebrating the things that we're doing right and celebrating who we are as a school system. Homerooms are a really big part of that. So trying to increase our sense of belonging, kind of bringing us back together as like a family and a community, just like because we spend more time here in one space than we typically do with our own families or our own friends outside of school. So really just focusing on the togetherness is really what the other initiatives are focused on.
Well, Lincoln, that's all from me. Back to my two favorite heartbreakers at the news desk.
Thanks, Caleb.
There are so many cultures here at GLHS, and our school takes pride in different heritages of all our students.
And learning about other countries truly connects us all, especially in one section of the high school.
Specifically our Chinese program, who are now celebrating their second week of the Lunar New Year. This year is the Year of the Rabbit.
Our very own Robertson Andre takes a dive into this classroom to show the culture and community within its walls.
Culture runs through our halls, where people are educated on a different heritage around the globe, especially in our language classes. But one class differs from all and teaches students one of the most hardest language you can learn.
I really like this class because it goes into detail about the culture, and Chinese, the language, is being more used across the world. Like in Disney World, you see Chinese writing everywhere, and it's cool to be able to understand it and learn from it.
Our school is a very diverse school, so I always think it's important to involve all different cultures, be diversity, just introduce different cultures to the students. It's always beneficial. Chinese New Year is a very, very important part for Chinese culture, for Chinese people. So it's great for my students to experience them and to know what people live their life on the other side of the world.
This class wouldn't be as it is without the support of their teacher, who makes learning one of the hardest languages enjoyable for the class.
I grew up in China, so I really like to share my experience with my students here, to have them know and learn about how people live. So that's very important for me personally, like to bring my culture to my students.
We've been with her for a while. I've been taking Chinese since 3rd grade, so kind of having this is fun for me because it's a class I enjoy with the relationships that I've developed.
The Chinese heritage has become very prominent in these students' daily lives, but the culture within their class community truly is something remarkable.
I'm in AP Chinese, and I've always enjoyed the relationships I've been able to build with people. I've known them since elementary school, and I've been taking the language for about 9 years now, and it's just been really nice to grow up with a bunch of different people. I've never really had an awkward phase, and it's just been nice being able to build those kind of friendships and be able to bond with people within the class and with the language. And I've kind of learned to love it and love the people within it.
Overall, this class is very fascinating in every way, and it's amazing how these students have built relationships within this class while educating themselves on traditions they are not accustomed to. This is Robertson Andre for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Rob. Are you a student here at Lincoln who's interested in drawing, painting, or creative art? Well, community art is the perfect way to utilize those hobbies and become more involved with the community. Community art here is a class at Lincoln that is open to everyone. We spoke with Ms. Eiseringhausen for more information about the class.
Community art is a really great class. We try to get as much art out into the community as possible, thus the name Community Art. We do all kinds of different events, and we do artwork at all the different schools, including the high school, but also the elementary schools. And it's just a great opportunity for students to be able to come up with their own ideas, and we try to make them happen.
Thanks. Hey, Gahanna, it's not too late to sign up for the kickball tournament. Grab some friends and pick up a sign-up form located outside H111 to help raise money for our new school. The entry fee is $25, and the tournament will take place on February 11th at 2 p.m. We caught up with kickball tournament organizer Braden Fodor for more information.
This is your final reminder to sign up for the kickball tournament. All the sign-up forms are due this Thursday, and you can pick them up from Miss Ayla's room, H111, which is by the annex. All the proceeds go to landscaping for the new high school. And to sign up, it's $25 per team, and you guys can have 7 to 10 players per team. If you cannot attend but would still like to donate, you can scan a QR code and donate online.
Thanks, Braden. Our boys and girls swim teams had their OCC meet this weekend.
That's right. We wanted to congratulate the girls team for finishing second and the boys for finishing third.
Along with that, we had many first place finishes from both teams.
Here are some of the first place finishes from this past weekend.
Well, Lincoln, that's all we have for you today.
Hope you have a great day, and I hope you find a best friend a little like mine.